Wow, you know how to bake?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're a jack of all trades. Do it all, man. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. So these young individuals, we were given an opportunity to work with them through an RFP that we received, which is a small grant to select a group of boys from high school and also middle school. And we've paired them to provide mentorship services. This climate that we're in right now, I felt very compelled to have someone like yourself with your knowledge to kind of provide more information as to how our Black and brown boys can protect themselves. It's not every day we have a lawyer being able to find time in their schedule to give us some of that information.
No problem. Pretty much Luke L'Amour is a 10-year-old fifth grader. He's from Connecticut. I'm just reading an excerpt about him. He considers himself a political enthusiast because of his passion and in-depth knowledge of presidential and American history. Luke is a published author and enjoys reading, playing chess, golf, and football.
I walk with a bold on my shoulder. It's a cold war. I'm a colder soldier. Hold the same fight that made Martin Luther the king. I ain't using it for the right thing. In between lean and the fiends, hustle and the schemes, I put together pieces of a dream. I still have one. I got a dream. One day we gonna work it out. We gonna work it out. We gonna work it out. I have a dream. I got a dream. One day we gonna work it out. One day we gonna work it out. One day we gonna work it out. I have a dream. I got a dream. That one day I'ma look deeper than myself. I gotta find a way. I have a dream. My dream is to be free. My dream is to be. My dream is to be.
What is a king? A king is one who understands his role as a leader, who takes pride in his culture, who engages in his community, and understand education comes first. And that is what our young kings are in the MBK program. My name is Kwalo Samexent. I work at the Educational Alliance. It was an honor to work with these young kings. They were very inspirational. Even at a period like this, they were able to manage their time to work with us as we assist them on their journey to becoming a senior. And I hope we continue to work with them in the fall.
I got a dream. That one day I'ma look deeper than myself. I gotta find a way.
Hi, my name is Christian. I'm 16 years old from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm representing colored people. And the first question is, how do you feel and what do you think about the current Black Lives Matter movement? I personally think that the Black Lives movement going on right now, it's a great start to get justice. But the system we live in is so messed up, like nowadays, and we have to unfollow it. The police is like doing all these horrible things, but yet we have to follow them and we have to be protected by them. All lives don't matter until Black lives do. Second question is, what scares you about being a black or brown person in America? And being a colored man in America is like living with fear. We have to pray every day, going out hoping nothing happens to us, live with fear. Many of us don't even get to live past like a certain age and to live their dreams. You're not just you're not like taking our lives only, it's harming our families and everybody we leave behind. Like, why do we have to be scared when we follow the police? And why do we have to act different around different people? Third question is, how do you envision the future for Black, brown men in America? What role do you see yourself moving towards that future? I hope to see Black and brown men in America like as powerful as we really are. We aren't anything different from other people, and we should be respected as other people. Racism shouldn't even be a thing right now. Like, I don't know why is that a topic, and in the future, it definitely shouldn't be a topic. Fourth question, what do you want white people to know about your experience? What do we need to experience every day? Us, when we go outside every day, we're like trying to hide from the system. We're running from the system. You see on social media, it's always colored people getting harmed and killed, and that's so scary that we have to live with it. Step in like our shoes and see how it feels to run away from the police every time. Fifth question is, what do you need to do to survive and thrive? Learning what's right or wrong was a phase that we had to go through as our little group. Asking a lawyer, like, what's our rights in case we ever get caught up with police? Like, what do we need to know? What do we need to know to be protected, and what do we be careful next time, because the world is just messed up. And speaking for everybody, Black Lives Matter.
Hello, my name is Ethan Lopez. I'm 16 years old and I'm Puerto Rican Venezuelan. I'll be answering the following questions. How do you feel and what do you think about the current Black Lives Matter movement? I personally think this is a great movement and it will help educate others who are uneducated about these times and our lives. It's a very powerful movement and I enjoy watching people protest. Even though I can't protest, I'm doing my part by signing petitions and doing stuff like posting stuff on social media, which is really great for me. And I enjoy seeing our community grow and try to solve problems. What scares you about being a black, brown young man in America? Personally for me, I feel like I'm not able to act and behave the way I want to. I have to change the way I have to think, act, behave, and talk just to make other people feel comfortable or to fit in society. Some other things that may scare me is being able to hang out because people may be suspicious of me due to my color. Going to school, I feel like people will judge me a certain way based on my ethnicity, and they would have these stigmas built on me already. I feel like no one should feel like this, and hopefully there will be change in resolving this. How do you envision the future for black/brown men in America? What role do you see yourself in moving towards that future? I envision the future of black and brown young men, and men in general, being able to be successful and not have so much stigmas built on them already. I envision the future being that they'll be respected more and looked up to, instead of being looked down and seen as inferior to other races. And I feel like I'll be a leader and try all my best to help push this out. What do you want white people to know about your experience? In my day-to-day life, I have to speak a specific way to make people feel comfortable in society and to be able to fit in. I have to change my way of life in order to make people feel comfortable and make them feel safe. What do you need to do more than survive? What do you need to thrive? Personally, I feel like motivation and people not bringing you down all the time and having stigmas on you. I think being able to have proper equality and everyone being equal and treating each other with respect and helping one another out. We need to be able to coexist, meaning that we should be safe, comfortable, and no matter what, we shouldn't judge people based on their race and ethnicity, and that we should respect everyone no matter who they are and what they are.
Hello, my name is Malachi Williams. I am 16 years old and I am an African American male.
First question, how do you feel and what do you think about the current Black Lives Matter movement?
I feel like this shouldn't even be a movement. Like, there's no reason why my people of color, brown and black, should have to go through systematic racism, police brutality. We shouldn't have to be going through any of this because we are human too. We're not no 3/5 of a human being anymore. That's gone. The white people and everything, systematic, none of this should be happening right now. We are people just like everyone else. There's no reason for us to be oppressed. There's no reason for us to be going through racism like we are. So I feel like this is needed. And this should have never happened in the first place. We are people too.
Okay, second question. What scares you about being black and brown young man in America? What are your fears going home, school, etc.? How do you feel?
Scared. I just ordered a bike. And I want to go traveling around the city and stuff. But now I feel scared that my life might be in danger because someone might think I'm stealing, call the cops on me. And now I don't know if I'm going to make it home to my mother or not, to my family, to my little brother, to my cousins, to anyone. It sucks because, I don't know if I'm going to go in a supermarket and be labeled, oh, a black man is trying to steal. I remember back a couple years ago when I was waiting for a bus, and I walked into a supermarket, and while I was waiting for the bus, it was raining outside, so I waited inside the supermarket. And when I left because the bus, I had to run, and these two white security officers stopped me, and they tossed me around. And mind you, I was like 11, 10 years old at the time. Tossed me around, just rummaging through my bag because they thought I stole something. But they didn't do it to anyone else that was running out the store. But they did that to me. Why? Because of the color of my skin. And that is so scary. That night, I probably would have went to jail for something that I didn't even do. It sucks that I can't even jog outside if I wanted to, because I don't know if my life is going to be in danger or not. I can't do the things that I want to because I'm fearful of my life. Yeah.
All right. 3. How do you envision the future for black and brown men in America? You know, what roles do you see yourself in the movement towards the future? What you feel would come out of it?
Equality. I want everyone to understand that just because I'm black and you're white, just because your skin color is yellow, I don't care if you're blue. I just want all of us to be on equal ground. I want all of us to have a say in everything. I want all of us to be in the same place, learn the same education, be in the same supermarket without everyone have to assume anything. Oh, you're Muslim? Oh, are you going to bomb something? I don't want to have to assume that. No one should have to assume that. Oh, you're black, you're going to go steal something. No one should have to assume that. This is not equality. This is not where everyone from our 100 years ago or 200 years ago, this is not what everyone has worked for. We worked for equality, and that's what I want to see in the future. I want to see black men held on pedestals just as much as the white man is. I just want all of us to come together and be equal, but we can't be equal with all this racism going around.
Okay. So, 4, I mean, what do you want white people to know about your experience? Like, what do you want to share with a white person about what you had to experience every day, you know?
I just want white people to understand the fear in our hearts, the genuine fear that we have. Walking outside, we can't even go to our regular corner store without wondering if we're going to get stopped by a police officer or not. We can't even wear our hoods inside of a store without being followed, thinking that we're going to steal something. White people won't have to experience that. They can just live carefree and not have to worry about, oh, you're going to go to jail tonight just because of the color of your skin. It's a certain type of fear that we have where white people will not experience.
Okay. So, what do you need to do more than survive? What do you need to thrive? Like, what does it go and, like, what's going to mean for coexistence to you?
What does coexistence mean? First, I feel like we all need a higher level of education in order to survive. Because we're being taught wrong things in school. We're not being taught what we need to be taught in schools. There are people not being taught the right way. Like, racism is learned. You're not born racist. You're not born saying, oh, I hate all black people. That is learned from parents. And parents learn that from their parents. And it's the endless cycle that needs to be broken. It's learned. You can't be born racist. But if you become a racist, that is your fault. That is your fault. So I feel like we need a higher education so that we can all learn what it means to actually become equal. And coexisting, it's just like I can have one of my white friends come over to my house and him not being scared, like, oh, you're black, I don't want to come over. Or have some Mexicans not being tormented for saying, oh, you're a border hopper, are you illegal? Like, that's, coexisting is just where we all can be at peace. That's what it means to me. I want to have friends of all different types of races. No stigma, no statistics, no, oh, just because you're black you can't go there, just because you're white you're let in, none of that. Just all of us being able to do the same exact things whenever and wherever we want. And that's how I feel.
Well, I mean, I have one more question. You as a black man in society, right, knowing everything that is going on at the moment, and you had the opportunity to do one thing, or even as president, to have one thing that will make coexistence exist, what would you do?
There will be a couple of things I would do. First, fix the police system. Systematic oppression is way too big to be going unnoticed the way it has been for years. That is a problem that needs to be fixed now. And this Black Lives Matters movement is fixing it now. This is exactly what we need to do. And so far as everything else, I feel like we shouldn't be bad. No, I should make a law being passed that no one can be let down or turned down for anything. No medical care, not being left inside movies.
Well, technically, we have that right now. So, what do you mean exactly?
Just like, it would be like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like illegal to.
Beyond the discrimination laws?
Yes. It's like, I don't want people just to feel like they can't go anywhere because of their skin. That's something that I would like to implement into the word now.
Forever I hold this side. I'm from a side where we
Alright,
out of
so,
control.
my name is Masai Dixon. I'm 16. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I am African American.
How do you feel and what do you think about the current Black Lives Matter movement?
I feel as if the Black Lives Matter movement is necessary towards the survival of all black people on earth. This has been, well, my personal thoughts are, this has been an occurring struggle throughout history, and only now it's being that people want to fight for it. And for this movement, we've been all struggling. It's just been us by ourselves as a race, us black people. We've been fighting just to survive. And I feel as if this should have happened sooner rather than later.
What scares you about being a black young man in America?
What scares me about being a black young male in America is the fact that because of my skin tone, anything can happen to me. I can be walking to the store, buying groceries, and I could get arrested by a cop. They could plant weed, whatever they want, and say I had drugs on me and take me to jail. And this is just, like I said, a reoccurring issue that goes on.
What are the fears? For example, going home to school, etc. How do you feel?
My greatest fear as being a black male in society is that I don't know how to say this. Let's give an example. I am being detained by officers, and I am giving my full cooperation, and still there's a possibility that I can die because I am black, and I can be resisting arrest or I'm fighting back.
How do you envision the future for black men in America? What role do you see yourself in moving towards that future?
Honestly, I just want to see all black people, not just black men, but all black people prosper. And I want everyone to have the same opportunities the same equal opportunities that other people have of other races.
What role do you see yourself in moving towards that future?
I could see myself as being a young, successful black male in society. And one thing I would definitely do is give back, like no matter whatever I can, whether it be donating, giving money or helping out people who are less fortunate than I am.
What do you feel would come out of it?
Feel as if.
What do you feel would come out of you giving back time and donating money to your community?
I feel like for those who are less fortunate than I am at the time will have a better opportunity to grow and prosper like I have.
What do you want white people to know about your experience?
It's always a struggle. No matter where you are, you can be at school, at home, in the street, no matter where you are, there's always people looking down on you and discriminating against you just because of your color.
What do you share with white people about what you have to experience every day?
You're always being discriminated against. You're always being looked down on, especially in school. They think just because you're black, you're a criminal, you do drugs, you gangbang. It's just like you're uneducated. It's just like no matter what you do or where you are or who you came from, you're still being discriminated upon.
What do you need to do more than survive? What do you need to thrive?
I feel like in order for me as a black young male to survive, I need to work harder, yes. I need to work harder, and I need to always cooperate no matter what.
What do you need to thrive?
Help. I will always need help, no matter where I'm from, what I'm doing. I will always need help.
Help from who?
Whether it be from my family or close friends or even professors or teachers.
What does it mean to coexist?
To coexist with white people, Asians, Hispanics, whatever you are, it is a struggle, because you always have to be accepting. You can't look down upon others the same way they look down upon you. And it's just that you have to be accepting even though they aren't.
My name is Pablo Ju. I am 18 years old, not from Dakar, Senegal.
How do you feel and what do you think about the current Black Lives Matter movement?
The current Black Lives Matter movement is very inspirational, and this movement is all across the country, and it's very powerful too. It inspires the young ones to do better, and also it shows that us black people, some people put us in the route, some racist people, and I feel like our voices should be heard, and this Black Lives Matter movement should also raise awareness for people to understand us and hear our voices and our opinions.
What scares you about being a black, brown young man in America?
One thing that scares me is the fear you give some people that are racist. It's like, for example, just because of the color of my skin, you don't want me to have the job, or being racial profiled, walking to the store knowing that they think I'm a robber or something. Also, getting put in the system for something that I didn't do, being innocent and being guilty as for.
How do you envision the future for black, brown men in America? What role do you see yourself in moving towards the future?
A role that I see myself in moving towards the future is having leadership, giving other people inspiration, showing people that they could be somebody, showing other people that whatever I do, they could do. So motivate others. That's like my main goal. And also to know that one other thing I want to do is show people that just because you're black does not mean you can't do it. Don't listen to others. Don't listen to your haters. Just aim for your goal.
What do you want white people to know about your experience?
I want them to know it's not an easy experience. Like, we don't have, we go through a hardship between getting judged just because of our color of our skin, or getting called names and things. It's not easy being black, just to say. And it's like, I understand sometimes it's not easy being white. They might have racial, but we face more problems than they do. And us just being black, people might think we cause harm to them.
What do you need to do more than survive? What do you need to thrive?
To survive, I think you need a goal in your life, something that you want to set for, something you want to aim for, something that's like something that's a straight path for you. Like, once you meet this goal, you know that you achieve something.
My name is Rug, I'm 17 years old, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and Black Lives Matter. Today I'm going to be answering some questions regarding the topic. Let's get right into it. The first question is, how do you feel and what do you think about the current Black Lives Matter movement? I feel that the Black Lives Matter movement is going to be a successful one. It's going to be one that people are going to look back at in 20, 40, 50 years, and I completely support this 110%. The second question is, what scares you about being a black/brown young man in America? It scares me how people can judge me or any other colored person just for their skin. I can be outside walking at night, going home, and just because of my skin, I can be stereotyped into a thug or a thief. This makes me feel somewhat nervous when I'm out late at night because all I'm trying to do is get home. The next question is, how do you envision the future for black/brown men in America? I envision a more acceptable and diverse community all over America. People of all skin colors should be together working, going to school, and the list goes on. Even though this is already happening, there's a lot of discrimination and racism that shouldn't exist in our society, but sadly does. The next question is, what do you want white people to know about your experience? What do you want to share with white people about what you have to experience every day? I want white people to know that us colored people, we're just the same as them. We have families we're trying to take care of, we have goals we're trying to reach, and we're just trying to be happy in our own way. Every day we live with a target on our back, especially with the police brutality getting much worse, and change needs to happen, so for the future too. The last question is, what do you need to do more than to survive? What do you need to do to thrive? Me and millions of other people have to be prepared. We have to know the law, and we have to know when it's used in the wrong way. For example, there should be no reason why someone should have their home raided just because they fit the description of the local drug dealer in the neighborhood. And that's all I have to say. Black Lives Matter.
My MBK Kings, how you feeling? How you living? I am truly proud of you. You have reached a milestone. And I know this is not the way we wanted to end our year, but I just want to let you know that I am proud of you. I am proud of you for continuing doing the work that, although we had to do majority of our workshops via Zoom, you guys showed up, you guys were there, you guys were attentive, and we really accomplished some great things. Next year, you guys are going to become seniors in high school. This is the moment where you have to start filing applications for colleges, ensuring that your FAFSA applications are completed, but most importantly, the reality of going into college and what that would actually feel and mean to you. And so therefore, I want you to understand that we are here to support you every step of the way. MBK will be there by your side, ensuring that you have the tools, the resources, the confidence you need in order for you to succeed. All of you guys are kings. I know we are dealing with a very tough time in our society right now, but do not let that hold you down. When you look at our leaders such as Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Toussaint Louverture, these leaders were leaders that led by example. And so therefore, you guys will be leading by example. You guys are kings. Do not ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Sky's the limit. Reach for the stars. Believe in yourself. Challenge yourself. Make sure that you maintain these mentorship partnerships in order for you to understand that you are not alone in this struggle. And so therefore, I applaud you. I commend you. And I say to you that you guys are more than capable. And with our support, we will achieve success together. I'm proud of you, Kings. Bless up.